Okay, anybody in cybersecurity here? Anybody had a ransomware attack? Any issues with your PC? Viruses? So, what we do is we power the SOC. So the SOC is the Security Operations Center. And the issue today is that cyber attacks are getting more and more complex. And they're getting more and more what's called multi-vector. So not only are you being attacked on your PC with a virus, or you're getting ransomware on your servers, but your firewall is being attacked. You're getting attacked from many, many places because AI is driving the attacks. You can go on the dark web and you can buy phishing as a service. You can buy an AI tool to attack somebody if you want to. So it's getting very, very complicated. So in the world of cybersecurity, we have to use AI to attack, or to combat the attacks. But you're thinking, well, how can I use AI to combat the attacks? Because I'm not going to send my logs to America. I'm not going to put my SOC on the internet. So what we've done is we basically built a SIEM and a SOAR tool that the SOC teams can use on-prem in your environment. So what is a SIEM? A SIEM stands for Security, Information and Event Management. And basically it's a big central database of where all of your logs come in, all of your events come in, your metrics, everything around all of your computing environment comes into this central database. It becomes normalized, so we understand things like IP addresses, destinations, source IP, domains, etc. And then we can correlate. And correlation is key. If you can't correlate things, so if you can't say, okay, my firewall is being attacked at the same time my end user is being attacked, at the same time as my web server is being attacked, it's the same person. Somebody has it in for us. That's what correlation is. So in order to correlate, you need to have it in a central database, and that's the SIEM. So inside our SIEM, we have some AI models. Now these run on a CPU on your database. So your database will be sitting here in Thailand, let's say, in your data center. It could be sitting in the cloud, it could be sitting on a private cloud, it could be on-prem. But essentially you can download an AI, you can train the model to look for things inside that database. So you can start by downloading some use cases. Already it looks at things like rare words. So it counts them all, it looks at all the words that are coming in. It's that's a new one, never seen that one before. It looks at the rare numbers. It looks at end user behavior. And so we can look at, this user logged in at 9 o'clock, he logged out at 5 o'clock, he did his work, he accessed his email, that's great. Oh, he's logging in at 2 o'clock in the morning. What's happening? That's an anomaly. And so, if you can see these little red lines here, these are all the anomalies that we found in the system. So it needs to be fine-tuned, right? Because there's too many anomalies here. There's 106 anomalies in this particular view of the system. So what do we do to understand whether an anomaly is real or it's not real? And that's where the next product comes in. So here we've detected suspicious activity. We've detected some data that's moving out of our network. It's called a data exfiltration attempt. And we put an anomaly score in there. But the next product is a product called SOAR, which is Security Orchestration and Automated Response. And what this does is it does things that you need to do. So it does things like block that person, or isolate that endpoint, or sandbox an email, right? So SOAR creates the case. The case is somebody's been taking data out of our system. Now the SOC team in this fictitious company isn't very good. They've been in the business for a little while. They need some help. So what the SOAR does is it gives them a series of tasks. So SOAR has 400 pre-built automations and task templates inside it. So basically, you can say, right, SOC team, what you need to do first is you need to check the file, and they can click on a workflow, and the workflow can do things automatically. And in this case, the workflow finds that 12 gig of data has come out of the network in the last 7 days. Something is going on. Somebody is sucking our data out, and we need to understand who it is. We need to block that IP address, and we need to stop the activity. So SOAR goes out and it has access to 224 analyzers. Now there are databases around the world that understand whether the threat is serious or not. So they contain a whole list of IP addresses, whether it's a bad guy, is malicious or suspicious. And it comes back, and all these nice little colored things here. You can see Multiverse says it's malicious. It's a location in Lebanon, which is not good. Abuse IP gives it a score. All of these scores come back from these analyzers. It gets normalized together, and then it gets applied a risk level. So is this a risk? Well, I think looking at it, there's a few red marks in there, so I think it is a risk. So SOAR needs to take action. So SOAR then runs a workflow, and at the end, it blocks the Palo Alto firewall. So that's a sort of example, one example, and we have about 400 of these use cases within the system. We have pre-built AI models which run on CPU, okay? But the future is better AI, right? So I want to share with you a new upcoming feature, which is, this is actually an AI assistant which looks through the logs for you. So here it's basically going to explain this log. This is a native view of the log server, all right? And it's explaining what's really happening. It's going into the log and it's having a look at it. And it's saying that there's a postfix lookup error here. What you can do is it check the threat. So basically it checks to see if there's a threat inside of this issue, and there is a threat. And it's a DNS resolution failure, right? And you can ask it to describe the threat. So the SOC team can understand what the threat's all about. It's just a reconnaissance activity, but it needs to have some further investigation from a human. So this is an AI assistant. It's coming in the next release. The good news is, it does not need the internet. This is a small server that you buy with a single GPU card, and it costs you about $2,000. You plug it onto the side of your log server on premise, and it will analyze your logs for you and train your team on what to do. We supply the LLM, and it trains itself on the logs, and it can help you understand what's going forward. It'll then create alerts for you, and it basically is your little sidekick on the side. So not only have we got 400 automations to help you block things and do things, we've now got an AI assistant that can help you understand and train your SOC teams more. So we've got a special offer on our stand today. So if you would like to get into this, for 2 million baht, you can start with the entire solution. SIEM, SOAR, implemented by us, trained by us. It's a perpetual license, it's on-prem, and it's got a support for 1 year. After that, you just pay the traditional support after that. So we're still selling perpetual licenses. We're not doing subscription like every other cyber vendor. And all of our products can be implemented on-prem, which is where you want it to be. You don't want to be sending logs to America to get things analyzed by ChatGPT, right? Because it's too sensitive. So that's what we do. We're from Poland, but I actually live here. I'm based here. I don't sound Polish, I'm English. But I work for the Polish company, and we have a distributor here in the front row. So we are able to transact in Thailand and around the APAC region. So come see us at our stand, and we can have further demos and further discussions. Thanks very much.